What's up guys, Wolf here, welcome to another Division 2 video. In today's video, I'm going to showcase a very powerful PvE setup that will allow you to solo any legendary mission with full directives on. This setup is going to be for the most difficult content in the game. The reason why I've created this is because I've made similar setups before utilizing Bulwark and Safeguard, allowing my Artificer Hive to regen the shield because you want to make sure your shield never goes down, otherwise you get melted. But I wanted to change it up a bit and try and do as much damage as possible, you know, whilst still surviving and keeping the shield up. And it's a very fine line between balancing that. So I'm very happy to give you guys this setup. I've been working on this for over 2 weeks now. So with this setup, I can hit over 3 million damage a shot. So to the body, if we can crit, it's going to be around about 1.7 million damage to the body. So you can take down legendary elites very quickly and efficiently. And not only, you know, human NPCs. This is not a headshot build. This is all crit. And I've actually got Obliterate and Vigilance on this build. Can you imagine? So I'm tanking all of this, but I've also got 1 red and Vigilance and Obliterate with full crit chance or enough crit chance to make use of high crit damage. That's why I'm able to hit so hard. So you can stand there, your shield can be regened very effectively, and you can hit really hard. It's just an easy build to use. And if you are struggling with any PvE content in the game, full directives on any missions, or just in general, if you wanting to try and play a legendary solo with a group, you put on this build, it will become a lot easier for you. So I absolutely recommend this setup. So let's go through everything in detail and then you guys can enjoy some gameplay. So I just want to talk about something quickly with the specialization. So if you're going to be playing full directives on Summit, for example, you can be disrupted, or I think it's by either grenades or by special ammo. So what you need to do is make use of Technician specialization. This also gives me an extra skill tier for my shield, which is important. But I think it's very necessary to take a look at this right here called Faraday Field. This talent is vital. So what we want to do is actually sometimes you want to drop your hive so that you deploy it, and basically it's going to keep you immune from disruption and shock. So that's the shotgunners that rush you and throw shock grenades, or just getting your shield disrupted. Because if your shield gets disrupted, you're going to be killed really quickly. So that's something I wanted to mention. Now, you don't have to use this build with directives. I'm just saying it's that good. You can. But if you are going to be playing with some of the directives that, you know, you're going to get disrupted, just make use of this. Or you can in turn also, alternatively, you could maybe put more hazard protection or disrupt resistance on your build. It's that simple. Just make sure everything is activated and pistol damage is up. So you can use the deflector shield with this build. It's very viable. Let's take a look. You can definitely use the deflector shield. The whole point is to tank as much as possible, but also hit hard. The thing is with the deflector shield, the devs have changed it recently that you do get beamed out a lot quicker, and you're probably going to need to make the shield a lot more tanky. So I wouldn't really recommend this, like maybe increasing the skill health more. So there is a named holster that can give you shield health. That's not very good. Skill health is what we want. That scales a lot better. So forget about that shield, that holster that gives you shield health. It's not very good unless you want to completely max it. You could use all the brand set bonuses and gear set bonuses that give you shield skill health, and then you can additionally put skill health, and you can additionally put shield health on it. That's up to you. But currently you will only get about a 10.2 million health shield, which is pretty decent. But the Bulwark is going to be powerful because we've got 18 million, which is almost double. And the reason why I'm using this because pistols are they're just really good because of this pistol I'm going to be using here. The Liberty pistol is powerful. Damage to targets out of cover. We can actually heal the shield. So hits grant plus 2% weapon damage. So we're going to be stacking weapon damage. And the great thing about this build is it's a crit build, not a headshot build. Therefore, we are going to be stacking up the damage. You start off around 1.3 million, then you grow up to 1.7, 1.8 million damage a shot, which is really good, especially when Obliterate is actually maxed out. So once you've got these stacks up to 30, headshots consume all stacks repairing your shield. So we can actually repair the shield, which is handy, especially considering repair skills are scarce on this build because, like I said, we want to make use of crit damage and getting our crit chance higher. So I actually do swap between the Liberty and the Regulus. Just keep in mind, I have got level 15 expertise, so it's going to be a bit different to your damage if you haven't maxed out the build, but the Regulus is going to be very nice for the explosion and clearing waves of human NPCs. When there are more human type NPCs where you can hit headshots, I'd probably rather use Regulus, but it's very similar in damage, and it's a body shot build really. You can body shot, but headshots would become more beneficial to headshot and a human NPC. He blows up and damages all the enemies around him, putting them on bleed. But the Liberty is going to be probably the better choice for this build in general, especially against NPCs that don't have heads, because sometimes you might find this pistol does have a bit of a weird reticle, but you can smash NPCs from long range with this. You just got to get used to it, wait for the reticle to glow red, then hit your shot. It's not actually that bad. You'll see from the gameplay how easy it is for me to actually clear waves of ads. And if you get pushed by an NPC, you can 2 to 3 shot a golden NPC on legendary with this thing once you get everything stacked up. I can only imagine how strong this will be when you actually increase the expertise to more levels or higher levels. So that's it for the choice of shield and pistol. You can go for deflector shield if you want to make use of the deflector shield as well. Just make sure you put some skill damage onto it, but then again, then you're going to be lacking crit. Do you see where I'm going with this? I would probably rather recommend, if you do want a deflector shield build, I will leave a link in the description for a deflector shield build that actually does work, but you're going to have to spec the build very different to what I've got here. So Regulus or this, you can even use a normal pistol. You can use any pistol you want. It doesn't matter as long as you've put damage to targets out of cover or damage to armor and increase the expertise if you can. We want to try and get as much damage as possible, but Obliterate is going to be perfect with this, and Vigilance, because we're not going to be getting hit. Our shield takes the damage, therefore we keep Vigilance. We get an increased 25% weapon damage, and then also from here we get more weapon damage as well, which is easy to stack up. It does take a bit longer, but you can retain the stacks, and that is why I'm going to talk about my choice of primary weapons. So we've got an assault rifle and a shotgun. You pull out the shotgun, blast an enemy a couple times, and you have full Obliterate, and you can keep it up because we've got high crit chance. So we can, even using the pistol, you can maintain the stacks. So damage starts out of cover, the lefty shotgun, perfect sledgehammer on bosses, pocket grenade, and you can put a lot more damage on them. Then I've got the FAMAS 2010, damage 2 darts out of cover, and fast hands, just for better reloading. It really depends, it's up to you. You can use whatever primary and secondary weapons you want, as long as you've got a good pistol. Then the setup itself. So you can actually go for more reds and do more damage, but you don't want your tier 6 shield to become tier 5 or tier 4. Otherwise, you're going to have a big drop in its health, and I don't recommend it. As you guys can see, it's quite a big difference between the health, and not even just that, but the active and holstered regeneration, which is very strong. So I absolutely recommend that you guys go for what I have gone for here, which is only 1 red because we've got Technician Specialization. So the first piece that I need to talk about is going to be the Catharsis mask, which is the most important piece. Don't use Memento, don't use Ninja Bike, it's not worth it. In this case, we want to make use of the Vicious Cycle. This will give us a lot more weapon damage as well. So you can see we're getting so much weapon damage, and also we've got pretty high crit damage. So there's a lot of damage in this setup. So this will also cleanse status effects, heal the agent, so we can get healed from this, and also give us damage. So there's a lot going on here, and that is why it's important to use this piece. Whenever you're using a high blue build and you're taking a lot of damage, it's always a very good piece to put on. Then the 2-piece Langmo, which is going to be an absolute must. Explosive resistance only works on you. So what I normally do is if I'm going to be getting grenaded, I'll put my shield away and then take the damage myself, and then pull out the shield after the grenades hit, because you can tank a lot with the setup and you're going to be healed all the time. So the explosive resistance does help, but it's all about that juicy skill health. Skill health is better than shield health. It's way better. I think even 50% shield health is not as good as this. I spoke about this in my previous videos. So skill health is perfect. That's how we can get our shield health where it needs to be able to tank legendary NPCs with directives on. Then I have got Obliterate on the chest piece. You can change this. You can use Headhunter, but this is not a headshot build. You're going to struggle with the electronic NPCs. So just try Obliterate. It works well. There are other options for you there if you want to go for it. And I have got crit damage and crit chance on here. I would recommend probably crit chance and repair skills on most of the rolls, but you can have all crit. It really just depends on how much damage you want to get. The second piece is also crit chance and crit damage. So every single modification is going to be repair skills. So I've got 20% here. Repair skills is important because with technician specialization, we get an artificer hive, and the more repair skills you have, the higher the healing is of the shield. So this thing will heal your shield. That's how it works. Then the more repair skills you have, the quicker, the more that this shield gets healed. I have balanced it where it only heals about 75% of the shield. That's all I need. You can go for more. It's completely up to you. Like Safeguard Backpack Talent does work with this build. The Safeguard Backpack Talent will actually give you 100% more skill repair. I don't have it on me now, but that is going to be really good. But I wanted to get extra damage. Therefore, I utilized Cheska to get my crit chance up and Vigilance for more weapon damage. Same thing here, crit chance, crit damage, repair skills. The nice thing about this build is if you do need some more repair skills, you can roll it on the pieces. If you feel like your shield's not regenning enough from the Artificer Hive stims, then you can balance that yourself. So a quick little mention here, I've chosen Motherly Love gloves. You can use a different piece here. So I've got skill, health, crit chance, armor, and repair skills. Perfect rolls, everything I need. Motherly Love is great. You don't have to use that. You can use Empress International, which you can have repair skills, crit chance, skill, health. It's pretty much the same thing, but I've chosen to go for the Motherly Love gloves. Then the knee pads, Douglas and Harding. Now, I did try and use the named mask that gives you more headshot damage. It's not a headshot build. It's not going to be good. The named Douglas and Harding mask. I recommend just having one piece. Picaro's holster also doesn't do as much damage as this. So the DNH one piece is better than Picaro's. Don't use Picaro's on this build. It won't be as effective. I have tested all of this. So this is going to give me 20% pistol damage, crit chance, repair skills, perfect rolls. Now there are some other options here, some multiplicative damage options which you could delve into. But trust me, I've been doing some testing and you can see I've already started optimizing this build because this is something that I am absolutely going to keep on my agent for the most difficult content in the game when I just want to relax and smack NPCs with my pistol, doing 3 million damage a shot and just easily just tanking everything. So let's take a look at the skills. So it really just depends on what mods you have for the Artificer Hive. With the shield, you're going to be tanky anyway, but go for shield health and active regen if you have got. I've got holstered regen. It doesn't matter. It's going to be regen anyway. Taking a look at the stats. Let me go to the pistol. So my weapons actually have got enough crit chance. So it's all the same. 55% crit chance, almost 80%, 125 headshot, which you can hit headshots. You can go for headshots if you don't need to heal your shield, especially with this gun. But you do stack weapon damage with it when you hit body shots. So it's up to you how you want to play. And you guys can take a look at the rest. We have got some armor regen in case you can't get the proc of the mask. You can proc armor kits as well. But that is it for the setup. So enjoy the gameplay, guys, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Peace out.
Get over here!
Moving to intercept.
I got your back! Weapon 3! Help! Going ahead! Fire! Right here! Man down! Horde on! Quit screaming, right here! Avoid the bullets next time.
Deploying drone now.
Going in! Shit! Good hit. Send him back.
Success!